The Factor follow-up segment tonight, some new polling on the GOP 2012 race. A new survey of Republican primary voters by the liberal polling group PPP has Sarah Palin tied with Mitt Romney with 16% of the vote. Tim Pawlenty has 13%. Herman Cain follows with 12%. Joining us now from Los Angeles, Leslie Marshall, a radio talk show host, and here with us, Andrea Tantaros, a columnist for the New York Daily News. Both are Fox News contributors. Leslie, I want to start with you because you know that Sarah Palin was in New Hampshire, Rudy Giuliani was in New Hampshire, and appeared to steal the thunder from Mitt Romney's announcement. Why are they doing this?
Well, I think actually they're doing it because, one, he poses a threat. I think he's a very strong and viable candidate for the GOP because he reaches a cross-section of voters that a Sarah Palin and a Rudy Giuliani wouldn't, a Newt Gingrich and a Tim Pawlenty and a Ron Paul can't. And that is the independents or the moderate and left-leaning GOP members. Also, whether she runs or not, Juan, I think she's helping her Tea Party candidate, whether it's her or somebody else. I mean, you know, she certainly didn't do this when Donald Trump was possibly running. We weren't sure. And now that Mitt Romney has done this, if I were him, I'd be happy because I think it shows that they're worried.
Well, Andrea, let me come back to what Leslie was saying. She thinks that Tea Party people like Sarah Palin are doing this because they think Mitt Romney is a very strong candidate. What do you think?
I just think they don't trust Mitt Romney. I think conservatives are genuinely very skeptical of Mitt Romney because of Obamacare, because he's been morally flexible on social issues.
You're talking about abortion, gay rights,
gun control. You have, you know, Romney Care, which has been an absolute disaster. But liberals love him. They love him. Why? Because he's the candidate that's most like President Obama. Right? Obama used Romney Care as an imprint for his health care plan. So, look, I think Romney's going to have very, very serious turbulence trying to secure the GOP nomination. And this week was just a window into that.
Well, who do you think is his primary challenger? I mean, last night on The Factor, Bill was saying to me, you know, what about? I said, this is incredible because it seems to me Mitt Romney has the most money. He's the guy that really came in second last time around. He's the logical progression for the Republican Party.
He wasn't really able to energize and build a real constituency to coalesce around his candidate last time.
Well, that's why I said but he seems like the Rodney Dangerfield of Republicans. Why don't you guys give him any respect?
Well, I think he would be strong in a general because he can move to the middle. But again, I'm just giving you the facts. I don't think he's going to be able to secure the GOP nomination. And frankly, Juan, money wasn't his problem in 2008. He outspent John McCain 3-1 in Florida, 2-1 in Ohio, and still he wasn't able to really energize Republicans. So,
well, Leslie,
I'm very skeptical of Mitt Romney.
Here you are as a Democrat, and you're saying you like him, and you just heard Andrea say, yeah, the liberals and Democrats like Mitt Romney.
They do.
Is that because you're afraid, actually, of Sarah Palin? That you think, oh, my gosh, if Sarah Palin was a nominee, we're in trouble?
No, not at all, Juan. Actually, I don't like Mitt Romney. I think he's the best candidate they have right now. I certainly don't like him, and I don't like a politician left or right that can't take a stand on issues such as health care reform, abortion, etc. No, I love the fact that he helps to throw another element into the mix. I mean, you have Newt Gingrich for the old GOP, Sarah Palin if she decides to run, and if not, Tim Pawlenty and Ron Paul for the Tea Publicans, which I think are a fragmented group themselves. And then you have Mitt Romney to get the rest. I find these diversionary tactics, they're fun to watch and talk about, and I think it helps the president because I think it further confuses those who are not only Republicans, but are looking for a political home, who are independents and aren't sure who they're going to vote for.
So you're saying,
I think at the end of the day, they're going to vote for Barack Obama.
Hang on, Leslie. So you're saying independents, who absolutely are the key vote here, the people that everybody, Democrats and Republicans, are trying to impress, you think independents are going to get turned off, and therefore it helps Obama. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely, because I think right now, I think Mitt Romney is somebody that they may be able to identify with the most out of their choices. I mean, Ron Paul certainly has civil libertarian votes, but not all civil libertarian are Tea Party members, and not all Tea Party members are civil libertarians.
I don't think that that's true. I mean, if the election were held today, sure, there's a lot of confusion, but we're talking about an election that's a year and a half away.
No, but stay in the moment.
The GOP is going to get a nominee, Juan. They're going to be a real player. They're going to be a real star, and they're going to take the president to task, and the Republican Party is going to rally around him.
Here's a surprise for me, Andrea. When I was looking at the polls today, Rudy Giuliani was coming in second in some of those polls. former mayor of New York. I don't think, well, it's not me. A lot of people think he did not run a very good campaign last time.
No.
He did not decide that he was going to go for U.S. Senate race against Kirsten Gillibrand. He didn't go off for the New York State governor's race against Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, he's up in New Hampshire lunching with the union leader publisher and talking about getting back in this thing. Is this realistic?
Yeah, and why didn't he do this in 2008? I mean, that was one of the worst pieces of presidential campaign advice, was to wait until Florida. It's a shame.
But here's
it's
what
a
I
shame
want
he
from you.
didn't run this time around,
Look,
not last time.
I'm using you as a barometer
Got
for
it.
conservative thought.
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
I like Rudy Giuliani because I live in Manhattan and I see what he did with this city. They said it was ungovernable. He created jobs. He turned this place around.
Okay.
And he's tough.
So you like, all right, number
I do
two,
like him.
Jim DeMint says he's praying about running, the senator from South Carolina. What's your reaction to him?
You know, there's not a tingle running up my leg for Jim DeMint, I gotta say.
A tingle up, well,
I mean, look,
I'm
John,
gonna stay away from
people are
tingles up your
talking
leg.
about John Huntsman. I mean, John Huntsman, he worked for Obama. He could tell the Chinese in original Mandarin, "We surrender."
All right. So let me go back to Leslie. Leslie, any tingles for you on those two? Giuliani, you got a kick out of that, huh? Giuliani and DeMint.
I'll tell you, the tingle that I get on DeMint would be a stroke if he were to be my president. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know disrespect to the Lord above, but I have to say he's just too much, too to the right, just too conservative for me. Juan.
All right.
Rudy Giuliani, I'm going to give the props that he did a good job in the city of New York.
Everybody does.
Can he do that on a national level? No.
Well, we'll see. Leslie,
and we got
Andrea, I have to say thank you, ladies, and tingles to all. Have a good weekend. We'd like you to vote in our Bill O'Reilly.